Swadika, I'm Cholapansa Narula. Welcome to Be My Guest. Thank you very much for joining us. The growing interest in wellness and health being is one of the main factors driving the travel industry, and Thailand is a key market in the Asia-Pacific region, offering holistic wellness services. With the opportunity to grow, a Thai and Singaporean firm have come together to introduce a rather interesting first new concept hotel in Rayong, and that is set to open later this year. To find out more about that, we're joined by the CEO of Wellity, Mr. Anthony Jutan, who will tell us more about this. Swadika.
Sawadee.
Thank you, Anthony, for your time in joining us today. Wellness industry, the wellness tourism has become something pretty popular these days. So
Yes,
to begin
it
with,
has.
tell us a bit about this segment and why has it become one of the fastest growing sectors in the travel industry?
So you see the industry growing tremendously over 2015. People are starting to understand a little bit more about preventive health, the understanding of it. And out of 2015, anti-aging came in, aesthetic came in, but people are looking more into inner beauty, more looking at inner health, looking at how to increase their immune system, and that immunity is part of anti-aging and part of preventive health. So that basically bring wellness industry into a great target for people who understand and people who wants to take care of them by putting nutrition, life care, putting a little bit more understanding about where they should do and what they should eat. So I see wellness industry growing tremendously as from today as we speak. Yeah.
So the global wellness industry, particularly in this region, you see figures in the trillions of dollars.
Oh yes.
Can you
yes.
give us some figures?
As of today, I think the industry is from 2016 numbers with like 3.7 trillion, and we see it growing year by year, approximately about 7 to 10% globally. In terms of wellness itself, it is looking at a very big segment, especially within Asia, and I think Thailand is taking its lead among being a top 4 in Asia industry, 13 in the world globally. But top 4 countries you see like India, China, Thailand, it's growing very well. So that would take a year-to-year growth, I would say 7 to 10% easily.
So Asia is still the dominating region for the
Yes.
hospitality and wellness
Yes, it is,
industry.
It is.
What makes Thailand so unique?
Well, Thailand offers a very good mix of nature. That's one thing. The nature that Thailand offers is not just within Bangkok, the outskirts of Thailand. Nature really provides good environment. That's part of wellness. Lifestyle, there's lots to basically offer in terms of wellness, holistic. Thailand is very renowned for things like yoga, Pilates, outdoor yoga, nature. So this is one of the hypes that basically attract people to come into Thailand to basically go for social leisure. At the same time, they get their wellness.
Is it because of the Asian people as well, as they are more obsessed with being, healthy? Is that one of the factors too?
I think yes, it's becoming very, very important. Especially people are looking at weight, detoxification, what they eat. So that has played a very big role. And I always say Thailand has been the leader in terms of wellness because of the medical tourism, healthcare. We are very known in Thailand for all our healthcare services that we provide. So that has taken the next role of coming into prevention.
Now we hear terms like wellness tourism and also medical tourism. What's the difference between these two?
Medical tourism is very much more something that one need to do, that basically like general health screening. In countries around us, basically, and neighboring countries like China, Vietnam, Myanmar, they don't seems to have a very full, comprehensive medical health screening, whereby Thailand provides a very full health screening, more for illness and diagnostic. As for wellness, people are now coming into keeping healthy, want to look younger.
So it's a choice they make.
So that's the choice. So in terms of wellness, it goes more into longevity, anti-aging, aesthetic, and that's where things like immunology comes in, hormone therapy comes in, So that's basically the difference between wellness. So wellness is longevity. I would look at it this way, yeah.
So people are looking for something different, meaningful travel experiences, which
Yes,
makes the
yeah.
wellness tourism industry pretty big. But then again, when you say wellness tourism, what's the difference when compared to the traditional holidays that people make? What's the specialty that we find?
Yeah. So for wellness tourism, for example, in what we do in one of our up-and-coming properties coming up in Rayong, basically it's a wellness hotel. So in a wellness property of ours is coming in, you still do your leisure, you still need all your comforts of doing your social, your activities, your family time, but within the premises we provide programs that could take our customers between 3 days, 5 days into regenerative, improving their sleep programs, detoxification, energizing, food. So with all this that is in place, that is basically packaged within the property itself, and the enhancement is being a wellness hotel, resort, we look at wellness environment, which is very important, like make sure there is a very good air, all our senses, the water that we drink, the things that we smell, the things that we touch, even in the sleep. Sleep is one of the biggest issues that many of us face. So in a wellness hotel, you are really going there, we are putting all the sleep elements for you, like removing radiation. So everything has been well thought through. There's no hardcore that you can't do, but just relax, and it's the same thing. So you have your yoga, you still have your pampering of wellness beyond spa that we provide there.
So instead of just enjoying the happy bit, the happy element, but you get the healthy factor as well.
That's right.
Now, Wellity is a premier hospitality management brand. Could you tell us a bit about your company, your visions?
Sure. Wellity is something that I've been looking with lots of passion for my past years. Being a hotelier myself in Singapore and in Hong Kong for many years, 26 years in that. And the last 13 years, I had the great advantage of being in Thailand to basically start the lead of holistic wellness with two very renowned hospitals here. And I see there could be a very good blend, and where I was basically started in 2005. I was here in Thailand to put in hospitality into healthcare. So I saw there was a great integration there. So that's where I brought wellness as well and hospitality. So wellness for hospitality. So that provides a very good mix in this industry, whereby you get the best of both worlds. You are well taken care, you still have your leisure, at the same time you have wellness in it. So that's one of my real big goals, and I think it's going to storm the world, I would say.
And that's going to happen with the new concept hotel coming up with the idea where lifestyle meets hospitality and wellness. We'll find more about that when Be My Guest returns. Stay with us. Welcome back to Be My Guest. As you know that the health and wellness tourism, the industries continue to flourish. We see new additions into the hospitality sector, and one of which will be opening pretty soon, I believe by the end of this year, is the Akson Rayong, the Wellity Collection. So Kun Anthony, tell us a bit about Akson Rayong, the Wellity Collection. And this, I believe, has been operated in partnership with a Thai company, Maida Assets. How did this deal come about?
Well, I would say this is a great opportunity for us. I met the chairman of Maida, Kun Kamon, who I knew through a friend, and it was just casual discussion, finding out what I was doing in the past months and all. I've have this brand which is a wellness for hospitality, and I want to basically take Thailand as a start. And he said, great. Maida has a set of hotels, and he got great properties, great sites that basically he thinks wellness will fit. So we look at the opportunity, and we selected Rayong as one of the first, and we name it Akson. Akson is basically culture, concept, and art.
Very Thai.
Very Thai. It has a very good concept. It's an art hotel. You could see the Thai house. It faces right in front of the beach, and it's beautiful. And we add in, so we merge in basically wellness, the Wellity Collection, which is basically a collection of basically all range of wellness and holistic treatments. So that's where we blend in the two brands, and we developed our management brand called the MW Wellness Management.
Okay, so MW Wellness Management will be responsible for running the hotel?
Yes, it will be. MW Management is exclusive joint venture company between the Wellity, Singapore and MIDA here to basically take the lead for Thailand. At the same time, the Wellity collection is also growing out of Thailand itself too.
Now, why did you select Rayong as the first hotel, the flagship hotel here in Thailand?
I think Rayong gives us a very good fit because, as you know, the government is promoting very aggressively on the EEC within Rayong, Chonburi, and Chak Cheo Sao. So I think Rayong has an ideal factor with it because the location of the hotel is basically very close to nature. It's taking away the buzziness in Pattaya, moving people out of Pattaya and focus on Rayong, whereby it is a bit more quiet, a bit more scenic, a more sanctuary area for us to do. And with the growth in tourism coming towards that direction, with the new airport coming in, the train leaving from Dongmung and all, I think so there's a lot of benefits for tourists, medical tourists, and also people who are going there for leisure. Yeah, so that's one of the main core that we picked Rayong as our first anchor concept hotel.
So, and it's the first and the only concept hotel which brings wellness and hospitality together. You mentioned about, being an art-themed hotel which has some of the artistic heritage of Rayong in it as well, drawing travelers to this particular destination. But when it comes to the Wellity sense, I believe that there is something special because you mentioned about the 5 human senses with another extra special. So could you elaborate on that, please?
Well, I believe 5 senses are very, very important for us. One is basically what we drink, we taste, that's water. Or the waters that we offer in the property is basically alkaline water served at a 9.5 pH level. Even in your shower rooms, in your wellness suites, basically that has also been looked at. That means you are basically showering with mineral water. 2, it's the sense. Sense is a smell that we are very, very particular about because many a times when you go into certain property of hotels, you get stuffiness, you get the air quality which is very bad. So this is one thing that we enhance it to make sure the airflow is right. It's basically giving you a very good quality of air with some good wellness herbal scents. Then basically we look at surrounding is looking at what we feel is the environment. We basically try to reduce as much as we could basically on radiation, cutting off radiation because that's a really big factor for wellness, and a lot of people.
And we don't realize it.
We don't realize
That's radiation around
us. Big antennas. Our phone is one of the biggest. So these are all the things that we basically cut off in terms in the Wellity collection.
So that's the special things that the customers will get. And you have an expert from the medical field, renowned medical expert, I should say, Dr. Mark Gordon.
Yes.
He's involved in this program?
Oh yes, Dr. Mark is someone who I know for many years. He is a very renowned doctor from US. He is very specialized in longevity, anti-aging medicine and wellness. He is the person that basically audits and the person who basically put our processes and protocol, because behind the Wellity we have Dr. MAP. Dr. MAP basically stands for Medical Applied Processes. So we have all process, all protocols in place because in Axon Rayong, the Wellity collection, there's always a pre and post test that our customers will basically go through in a very medical science and evidence base. So it's not just a spa, we are not a spa, we are not just a holistic, we're beyond that. So people who comes in, they want the best to feel comfort, they want the best to make sure that they know what they're going to eat right, they know that, oh, I'm living in a very comfortable environment, and we have the expert behind it. So that makes us very uniquely. So like I said, it's not a spa, we don't just do pampering, but it is still there. But the importance of medical holistic wellness, science, evidence, that's the main, and Mark is the main person that drives that through us.
So he is the one who designs programs?
Yes, that's right.
I see. Now you mentioned a bit about food. I was thinking about the food menu and some of the fun activities. Do you still get all of those as in a mainstream, hotel when you go on a holiday?
Yes.
Or will there be like a different touch?
No, we do put our food in very wholesome. We have the regular menus that serve for everybody who wants to come in for a good pad thai, but maybe our pad thai will be served with brown rice, noodles. Yeah, you know, people would like to have a very good tom yum soup, but our tom yum soup will be very herbal. As you know, tom yum is a very healthy soup that you could have. You know, with the lemongrass, it's ideal. We have a full range of wellness catered in here, but it's not a must. It is something that is there for a customer who comes in who wants a program, and the food has all been embedded into the programs that is lying up, or they could just order it a la carte. So it's ideal. The food menu is something to be talked about because we have our nutrition from Singapore. We have our consultant chef from Singapore as well, that put all this together. So everything is very well thought through. So if anyone walks into Akson Rayong, the Wellity collection, there's no worry. So if they are on a special diet, we have it there.
Then get the plant-based food.
That's right. If they're thinking, I want gluten-free, it's there. If I want something, and we have our guidelines in our kitchen. We basically have very standard guidelines that the chef can do and cannot do to put out all the basics.
So going to Akson Rayong, anybody can enjoy.
Yes.
A great weekend there.
Great weekend, including families.
We'll now take another break. Stay just right here and be my guest, and we'll be back with more questions. Stay with us. Welcome back to Be My Guest. We're still with the CEO of Wellity, Kun Anthony Jutan. Kun Anthony, Akson Rayong is said to be one of the most unique and refreshing accommodations. So when will the project actually finish and open for us to go enjoy?
Well, we are really putting all the fine-tuning now in place. We are looking nothing later than Q3 this year. If it will be earlier and all the services are ready to roll, we will launch in even maybe as early as August or September, but Q3 will be the best time to put it.
Pretty exciting indeed.
Oh, it is. I'm counting the days, to be very honest with you.
Now, speaking of the location itself, how do you intend to promote Akson Rayong and the destination? As comparing to other places, for instance, Phuket or Pattaya, Rayong might not be as popular. Do you see this as a challenge?
I do see it as a challenge, yes. Rayong has its uniqueness. I think you get a very good attraction of people going to Rayong for its wonders of its foods. That is one element that we are using it as part of our wellness, using foods base in our nutrition care. And with that attraction, it does pull quite a number of people coming into Rayong itself. Two, the advantage is of course the EEC that brings in a lot of tourists, and a lot of buzzing is going around within that area. I think Pattaya has been taking that buzz, but I think we are slowly moving. People are slowly moving out of Pattaya because it's getting
too busy.
Too busy. It's basically not focused anymore. So I think Rayong has that advantage to overcome Pattaya. So that's one of the main core that we are looking. And the other thing that what we are doing is globally we are using the Wellity Collection network and our Dr. Map network that we are now represented in Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia. We are using all that network in terms of our education. So education is one of the key points that we are doing, not just promoting the Wellity Collection at the Akson, just as a hotel, but we are bringing people to understand the importance of visiting property like the Akson Rayong, the Wellity, because it basically provides a great balance for wellness and lifestyle. So, and two, we are making it easy, a one-stop solution for people who are thinking, hey, I want to go somewhere to keep me up and energize myself. Where should I go? Well, it's the Akson Rayong, the Wellity, because we provide programs for 3 days, 5 days, people who have sleep problem. I have one big person that I always look forward to sleep. In my busy schedule, I always look for a nice, good property that I could really have a good comfort bed and put me to a good 8 hours sleep. And Akson provides you that. And energizing, revitalizing, putting me into the right peak of my lifestyle and same enjoying myself. So these are all the programs, the treatments, it all integrates, and that's how we are promoting the Akson Rayong, the Wellity Collection. So we're not promoting it just on the normal channel of hotels through OTA and leisure, but even right to the extent, or even in MICE, even our conference that we do at the Akson, is we have wellness embedded into conference. Because when you see a conference, people going for 8 hours talk, most of them will be right? So what do? We enhance it with the air, we enhance it with our scents, our music, our sound therapy, and during the coffee breaks, we have a short little interval of a good fitness that keeps them up and awake. So it gives you a full dimension of something that you won't miss in terms of lifestyle and holistic.
So the sense of wellness is all around.
Yes.
And perhaps Rayong could be the best place. At La Mapim, it's pretty quiet and serene.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's a factor I believe that people would truly enjoy.
And beautiful beach right in front of us.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Now, as for your other properties, you mentioned having in China, Vietnam and Malaysia. Are they running on the same lines or actually it's different concepts?
Very much on the same line. In China, it's more on medical, but we are now talking to another partner, which is a 5-star China property there, to fit into one property. If we do go into China, Wuhan will be our first stop in China. In medical, we're already present in Guangzhou. So China is, as I told you, it's one of the growing market. People are coming out for wellness. At the same time, they are also building wellness within China. So China, yes. Vietnam is stunning. It's really growing aggressively, very high in hotels, but there are lack of wellness. So wellness is now looking at putting up a property, most likely in Hainan Beach in Vietnam. We got our aesthetic wellness clinic is already up and running as we speak this coming Saturday.
So the network is big, and if the clients have already enjoyed the destinations that you have around the Southeast Asian region, perhaps they can come and try the new property here in Thailand.
That's right.
And then again, I believe that you have expansion plans. Akson Rayong will not be the only one. You have plans to expand further in the near future?
Well, Akson is taking the lead, which will be our flagship for wellness. We are opening in Phuket. We are looking into one property, which is also under the Maida Group. That will be stunning. That will be a bigger property of a mega size. We are looking about putting in 36 wellness suites in it, villas that is very full comprehensive into it, and 400 over rooms of a condotel concept in Phuket. We are also looking at putting a property in Nakhon Pathom. That will be really boutique because it's like 30 Thai villas. It will be a destination wellness center. That will be people catered to the locals because we believe the Thais now are really looking for a good destination to go beside what is existing. And you know, Nakhon Pathom is not a long drive. It's about
40 minutes, I think.
40 minutes, an hour. And on weekends, it's fast and goes there for family, a good 3 days break. And that's all opening due to be ready by 2019 Q3 or early 2020. So we will have about 3 to 4 properties in Thailand by 2020.
So it's going to keep you really busy.
Oh, I think so. It will be.
Now, what are your predictions for the tourism business, especially the wellness sector for the year? How are you seeing things?
I see it coming up and strong. Well, I always believe in wellness because the wellness that we do has a strong foundation, as I say, medical and evidence. As long as we stay within this platform, nothing could go wrong and all the checks, balances are done right. Because people today, they are all very intelligent, you know. With one click, they will tell you what to do and what not to do and where to go. So in order for our concept, our objective is basically keeping our wellness within that platform. And I see a tremendous growth, especially in Thailand, taking the lead. I would see 10 to 15% growth year by year. Many people are basically knocking on our doors, or many people are basically looking at this opportunity to grow. So I think, yes, it will grow.
And will Asia continue to be at the epicenter of the wellness industry?
I think Asia would be, because in Asia you could see that the people from Europe, people from the Switzerland, France, Germany, even in Finland, and Russians, they're all taking a break here during the summer holidays. And that's one destination that Thailand has always been a peak, and Asia is strong and upcoming, even right up to Malaysia.
So Thailand continues to be a major player in the wellness industry.
Yes, I would say so.
In the region.
Yeah.
Kun Anthony, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you. Sawadee ka.
Sawadee ka.
Thank you.
Akson Rayong is another exciting property with a very interesting concept, and that is expected to be open by Q3 of the year 2018, which helps people embrace a rather overall healthier lifestyle where wellness meets hospitality. Thank you very much for joining Be My Guest today. I'm Cholapan Sanarula. Until next time, Swadee ka.